Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Kaczynski, and for this week's Read Aloud, I wanted to do a couple of poems because April is actually National Poetry Month, and I'm reading to you from one of my very favorite authors in one of his poetry books. It's called Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, and you may have heard about him. You may even have this book at your house. But what I'm going to be reading to you today are two of my very favorite poems, and as a child, I think probably around 3rd or 4th grade, I remember buying this book from the book fair and memorizing these two poems. So I wanted to specifically read you these two poems because they've been two of my favorites since I was a kid. I also just wanted to say that these poems have been given permission, or the publisher of these poems, Harper-Collins, has given teachers permission to read these aloud during the time that we are recording online for school purposes. So without further ado, this is called Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. And again, it's from the book Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. And I'll show you a picture before I get started so you can see. Shel Silverstein also did all of his own illustrations. So Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, went for a ride in a flying shoe. Hooray, what fun, it's time we flew, said Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle was captain and Pickle was crew, and Tickle served coffee and mulligan stew. As higher and higher and higher they flew, Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, over the sun and beyond the blue. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do, cried Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too, never returned to the world they knew. And nobody knows what's happened to dear Ickle me, pickle me, tickle me too. So what do you think happened to them? I'm not sure. I've wondered that for a long time. I'm thinking that maybe they got caught on the sun and that's where they are still today. And the second poem that I'd like to read to you is called Sick, and here's the illustration. And again, this is one of my most favorite ones from whenever I was a kid. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. Oh, and there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut. My eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze. Achoo! And gasp and choke. I'm sure my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle's sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. Oh, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bend, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is... What? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play. And that's the end of that one. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my Read Aloud. I really miss reading aloud to you in person. But what I would like for you to do, if you have some time and you feel like doing an activity that has to do with National Poetry Month, I would love if you would upload a video for your parents to share with me, maybe from their phone or maybe from one of your devices, and they can email it to me, of you reading one of your most favorite poems. And if you don't want to do that, then maybe you could just send me a quick note on my school email about What's one of your favorite poems and why? Until next time, have a great week.